Hello guys and welcome to my channel Skywind007. On this occasion, on this episode, we're going to be looking at this computer right here. It doesn't really have a name, but if you look it up on walmart.com, that's where I got it from, Walmart. It's listed as being HP 15.6 inch i3 touch 8 giga / 256 giga laptop. So that's basically the name, HP. I guess you could call it HPI3, maybe. I already set it up and everything, so as to reduce the length of this video. This is what it comes with. Some very basic instructions. If you look for the name, there's no name for this laptop anywhere. It's just an unnamed laptop. I can call it a failed review. Excuse me. I'm going to have to say this is a failed review because this is not something I can recommend, unfortunately. So, if you're watching this, it's up to you if you want to buy it, but I'm not recommending it. Because I already been playing around with it and I'm not happy with the quality. So anyway, already right here it's kind of hard to... They didn't leave any kind of indentation. It's kind of hard to open it up, and as you open it up, it pushes back. So you need to use two hands. You hold it and then pull it up, and then it kind of goes like that. And look at that. So you have to use your third hand. I was born with just two hands, but the rest of you guys have three hands. Use your third hand to hold this part right here, like that. And then it opens up. And there we go. So I already charged it. I already set it up. The setup takes a long time and I don't know why they make it like that. So this is your screen. Remember, 15.6 inches. It's a nice size in my opinion. But that's subjective. That's up to you if that's what you want. And then you type in a pin. I'm going to try to conceal the pin. And boom, there you are. Okay, I'm gonna have to erase that part because it showed my my computer personal information. But anyway, the reason why I can't recommend this laptop is because of the screen. And I know it looks nice on the video, but when you go to YouTube or when you're gonna watch a video, you're gonna find out that it's just not. It has horrible viewing angles. Now, if you're just gonna look at the news, for example, even looking at the news, those colors are just terrible. It's disastrous. It's like looking at a newspaper, even worse than a newspaper. Because I've seen those color newspapers. They do have better colors. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think that's a better angle right here. So yeah, it's just terrible. But when you notice that it's really terrible is when you go to YouTube and then you try to play a video. I mean, it's unbelievable. It reminds me of those devices that you get from those unbranded Chinese devices that don't have a name, and just you order them from AliExpress and they come all the way from China. And they're there for a little bit of time and then they disappear. I'm not gonna play any of these videos because if I do, I know that I know they're gonna give me a copyright strike, so I'm not gonna be able to show it to you anyway. So yeah. But I'm very familiar. For example, this lady right here, she's a very young singer, and I like her videos, so I'm very familiar how it looks, and it's not supposed to be this bad. And if you Wow, and I'm looking at the screen right now on the on my phone, and it looks nice on my phone, but in reality, it's just terrible. And if you look at it like this, it turns kind of like washed out. And then if you do that, you get all these shades, and it just doesn't look right. You get these dark spots, and the resolution's all bad, and it's kind of pixelated almost. Could be the video. Maybe if I change the video settings, yeah, let's send it to that right there. That helps. That helped, but it's still not right. So, based on that situation with the screen, I cannot recommend this computer. But it does have some cool things. For example, well, the screen is big. So if you have, for example, if you're an older person and you can't see little print, then this is gonna work out for you. Also, the other thing that I do like about this computer is that it has the HDMI right there. So that's gonna be good for you. And also has a SD slot, so you can plug that in. And it has the headphone, but most headphones these days are Bluetooth, so you're probably not going to be using that. But if you are going to be using it, like those little tiny ones, then that might be helpful. And you got that memory that you can leave it plugged in. And let's plug in a memory, see what happens. Okay, so I found a memory. So this is what it is. When you plug it in, that's as far as it goes. So it's gonna be sticking out. But that's still good, I think. I wish they would make it so it goes in all the way. It does not. So we go back in. And we do this thing again. Let me hide it. I did something wrong. Oh, look at that. I did not know. You're not gonna believe this, but I did not know it was a touch screen. I was not using it as a touch screen. Not that it matters, because I'm not a. But that's interesting. Well, anyway, another interesting thing about this computer is that but it's not really the computer, rather Windows, that when you type in your PIN, you don't have to press the enter key. It just goes right in. But that's really Windows, not necessarily the computer. But anyway, so we plugged in the memory and it's not doing anything. Not doing anything. So let's look for that, man. I'm sorry I'm stuttering, but like I said, I recovered from COVID. So this is the memory right here. So you have to look it up. And there it is. That's it. So let's pull it out, see what happens. So so here's the computer, and if you try to pull it out, you can't, because the way they set it up. So you have to lift it, and you still can't. Whoa, that's a problem. Okay, so here we go again. I don't know. Well, you can remove that part. Okay, this is kind of troubling right here. So what you're gonna have to do is bring one of this item with you right here. You're gonna have to carry this around and then kind of just pry it out. There we go. So this is why I cannot recommend this computer right here, because this was kind of alarming. Excuse my voice. Because I thought it was gonna be stuck in there. But I'm glad I have this tool right here. So if you're gonna get this computer and use the memory, make sure you get this. Or just put it in there and plan on keeping it in there forever. Anyway, so let's go back to the rest of the computer. We're gonna go into the settings and see what's... Now I'm not gonna go through all this because this is just Windows, so remember, I'm not reviewing Windows here, I'm reviewing this computer. So it doesn't really matter what it does in here. But the storage is that. So we already knew that was the storage. It was 256. Of course, there's used up space, so it goes down to 238 giga. And the memory, of course, there's the storage and memory. The memory is the chip, the processor memory. The I forgot what it's called, but it's 8 gigabytes. The RAM, that's it. Random access memory. So the speed, I don't know the speed on this thing, but I'm sure it's not impressive. And I'm thinking it's probably 2 point something. Let me pause and find that out. Okay, the speed is 1.2. So I was thinking 2. I said 2. I was estimating 2, but it's really 1.2. So that's below expectations. For a computer that's $549, that's very below. And, well, there's not much else to say about this computer other than the fact that the screen is terrible. The keys are kind of wobbly, but that's just, when you press it right here, that's just, I don't think that's a big deal. It does have this, over here, it does have the numerical keyboard. It's fairly easy to... Alright, I ran out of memory, so the camera stopped automatically. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. There's not much else to say about this computer other than the audio is, I would say, acceptable, even without the speakers. I do have speakers that I use, USB speakers, but even so, even without those speakers, the audio is acceptable. I would say a 4 out of 10, maybe a 3 out of 10. And it's a very basic computer. Like I said, I'm not recommending. It does have a camera there, so you're gonna have to put a sticker there unless you want a hacker looking at you. And it is touch screen, so that does help. And probably the only very unique thing about this computer is the let's see how the battery is doing. Oh, it's already 91%. So the battery is not impressive. But I never use it. I never use this often on battery mode. I always plug it in. And here is the what you get. It's a 2-piece charger, like most computer chargers. So you plug that in like that, and then you plug it to the wall, and the other part to over here. And that's it, guys. I don't like this computer, but it does have a function. So it has two. That's where you charge it, You got 2 USB ports, and you have a HDMI connection here, so you can plug it into your TV or a monitor, another monitor. And it does have these the reversible USB on this side, so you can plug in a memory. And it does have this right here, but as we saw, it goes in so much that you have to use, when you plug in a memory in there, it goes in so far that you have to use one of these to get the memory out. It does have a headphone jack. At the front there's nothing. On the back there's nothing. The vents are on the bottom right here, so you're gonna have to keep that unobstructed, and you have these rubber pads right here. And so when you lay it on a desk, the vents are not completely blocked. And that's it. So it's a bad computer, other than the fact that it has that USB port. I mean HDMI port. It has 3 USBs. One is the 3.0, the reversible type, and this. So like I said, this is a failed review because I like my reviews to be positive and be able to recommend the computer to whoever's watching this video, but this is not something I can recommend. So that's it for the computer. And if you notice here, this box, this is going to be my next review. I'm still testing this. It's a watch, very expensive watch, and I think you're gonna like it, because I do. But stay tuned and come back to this channel and make sure you watch the videos, and this is gonna pop up. And I'm looking forward to it because I really do like this company right here. I remember Maria Sharapova, she used to work for them until she got caught using banned substances, which she claimed were for medical reasons, but either way, she got kicked off that company. And then I'm already drifting off topic because this is not about that, this is about this. Thank you for watching, and subscribe and thumbs up.